Hello, hello, Guardians. I am Ransom Rider, commenting on my favorite game today, Destiny 2. Guardians, I did this Lost Sector. This is in the Cosmodrome. It's that the one on the north side. And I did this recently. I was concerned, okay? I'm going to confess it. I was concerned that I was going to do absolutely rotten in here because I had come in here a few weeks back when it was the featured daily Lost Sector. I needed to do it at 1840. And I came in and they promptly handed me a to go box and they put a nail in the lid, the hive. But the thing that I didn't like was the opening section here. You see me playing it now. I got into this lost sector, and there's going to be lots of enemies. So when you come in here, when it comes back around, caution, Guardians, caution. There were a lot of enemies in this opening section. Here's a champion, a barrier knight. Now, they fall in these caveways constantly. And you have to find the hive runes. You have to shoot them to further your progress. Watch out for the bear traps. Bear traps are here. Indeed, they are. But I did not do this live stream because I thought, oh no, I'm going to fail. I'm going to be miserable. It happens. All right. In the words of a really wise performer that's a major artist throughout the world. This artist, Beyonce, said, "You can do everything right and still fail." And what it is, it's a learning progress. And I should have live streamed this. I'm kicking myself because, I did eventually, once I opened up the pathways, I had a good time. I really had a good time in here, and I should have shared it with you. So I'm voiceovering now. But Beyonce said you can do everything right and still fail. But ultimately, she said, it helps you become better the next time around. You get better. And Guardians, it's not about how far you fall, it's how high you get up. And these when you go in and you don't get something that you want, you want that exotic, you want the triumph, the completion, the joy of getting it done. Don't be concerned about that. Come back. This even if it resets, the daily reset brings you another lost sector in. This will come back, and I want you to come back in. Now take your time. Prepare yourself. The right weapons are key. Have the right tools to be successful in this lost sector. Now, with that being said, I know you can still be apprehensive, right? I was apprehensive. I did not even broadcast this. But prepare yourself, the correct guns, read what the daily surges are, what the shields are, void, arc, solar, whatever they may be. And then just take your time. Often I know that when I go in with my clan mates or my fire team, the reason that we could mess up, like in raids, for example, we might be in a rush. And sometimes being in a rush is not the best thing. Get that completion. Don't be in a rush like I have been many times. When I came through here the first time, I thought, oh, I'm going to blaze a trail through here. These hive can't stop me. And I failed it. But I learned when I came back in the second time, don't rush. Now, I did a warm-up round in this with my fellow clanmate, Brad. You've seen me play with Brad very often. He's a phenomenal player. And we ran through this at 1840. And with two people, you can definitely come through, or even three people, and see what this is all about, what any of the dungeons are all about. You can also run them on just the easy select it from the planet when you're running around, go in, find it, go in. You can do it on that version, and it will be a learning experience because you'll know where the enemies are at, what type of enemies are there. Resource, pick them up. Now here, I've just taken down the barrier, and there's going to be an unstoppable. And I know this because Brad and I ran it earlier. The unstop's not going to be there when you just do this on the planetary version when you run into it. But on the selectable version at the current levels of 1830 and 1840, there's going to be a big unstop down here. And then to my right on those platforms, there's a lot of enemies. And there's also a barrier over there. If I walk the steps, I've got Leviathan's Breath. It's void. And it's unstoppable. And it does the damage. Ugh! The thrall snuck up on me. Now I'm on strand. I'm going to pop this over there. Get a couple of those little guys. I did damage, but I want to bypass that whole area because it's rotten. I'm going to strand it up here, and this is something I don't normally use, the grapple hook and strand. And I wasn't for sure by bypassing that if I was going to get another ogre right here because there can be, trouble here. So I'm looking down. I don't see those guys down there, and I thought by bypassing it, I would not activate the champion. But if you take the stairs and the platforms down there, you're going to get a lot of enemies, and it can be trouble. But don't rule that out, But I bypassed it with strand. I'm coming through, and at this point, I didn't realize that big shrieker was in the sky. Ugh, run, run. And this shrieker almost got me. And I felt like a couple of my Leviathan's Breath arrows didn't make contact. Even though I fully saw them with my own two eyes, and a little bit of aid of glasses. I fully saw my arrows contact, and that one hit and really weakened the shrieker. Now my Leviathan's Breath is intrinsically unstoppable. Let's get in with another one. I like the that's a Revenant Shrieker. I like the ammo economy on the arrow. I also felt like Wishender would have been phenomenal in here because I'm going to show you a little secret that I do. I just wanted to check that. Nothing down there. I'm going to show you a little secret that I do on this. I'm going to pull the witch forward. Get a spot where I can see, and then let's get rid of her. Get out of here, witch. Run, run. Sometimes when the forces are immense, just turn and run. There's no shame in running. Throw a grenade at them. Regroup a little bit further back, and then reapproach the situation in full health. Watch your health bar up at the top center of the screen. You want to make sure you're in full health. There she is again. And she's vile. She's despicable. Her dress is torn. She's angry. The dress is torn. And that got her. Blistered wizard and an acolyte. Yeah, I got them. So, again, with caution, here comes an unstoppable. I want to get him out where I can get a clear 2 unstoppables. I want clear, and I want to get those targeted hits. One is down. I don't know of many weapons that can do that type of damage. Now, I picked up, get that heavy. I wanted to pick up the heavy. Get these little guys out of the way, because right over there, even though my system is disabled as far as tracking, my radar is disabled, I know that there's a bunch of them over there waiting. And I almost, went out here, just turn around, Ransom, turn around. See, look at them. And I do believe there's going to be several that will appear up there. Run! Remember, get that health back up and come back at them. And I'm glad I ran, because on the opposite side, behind where I'm shooting right now, behind these storage units, probably fuel storage from the Golden Age, I know that there's going to be there's a zone in spot, and so I know those guys came from that. Had I stayed out for too long, they simply would have gotten me with a couple of really good, precise hits. Now, the boss of this place has not spawned. The boss has not come forward, but hang with me because I'm going to show you the little secret that I use. And I know that there are other Guardians that have definitely come in here at 1840, 1830, and they use the same method that I use. Now, I needed to be a little more cautious here because on that cliffside up there, there is a spawn-in spot. And here I am. See that spawn-in spot? It's the dark door. Look at that. Ugh. Luckily, just luckily, you know, I had that forward flash there. I sliced and diced him. I gave him a to-go box. Now, I'm still waiting on the boss to come through. And we did indeed get several more that spawned up there to take advantage of the high ground. And if you battle a lot in these battle areas, high ground is really usually a good spot. That's why the game spawned them in on high ground. They know that they can look down on us and blast us, and that our radar's disabled, and we're not going to be seeing those guys. We're not going to see them. But luckily, I did know that a few, I didn't realize how many. Now, I'm still looking for the boss, and I'm thinking, do I need to go forward further? But I get another crew of wannabes. These are wannabe bosses. Now, remember, the little thrall, they do, here he is. There he is. That's the boss. And once I kill him, I don't even have to worry about anything else. I just can race to the chest, the treasure box, the goodie box. I can race to it and actually open it. And once I open that thing, it doesn't really matter if they get me or not. I have their treasure, and that's what I'm after. Popcorns, also known as cursed thrall, explosive thrall. They are rotten. That's all they're going to ever be, is rotten. Get them out of your way, because they'll sneak up on you and explode in your face. Boom, in your face. Now, I see the boss. He's yellow bar, but he's not a champion. So ultimately, he's not going to be quite as difficult as like dealing with a champion. See his toe? See his foot? Watch this. Bang. Bang. Now, if I snuck out, you know, I could be in trouble. But by just going for some of the points on him, see the foot? Bang. Wishender would have been great here as well. Wishender would take him down. In fact, there's a number of weapons here that would be good. If I remember correctly, on this lost sector this day, Void is a surge. But check it before you go in, Guardians. Check it. Now, I'm just weakening a bit here. I know there's a piece of heavy lying out there, and I'm really wanting that heavy. I'm pulling out a scout rifle, which I really like. I probably should have used a different scout rifle with a 260 fire rate. This one has a 200 fire rate. His foot's out and open. I'm going to pop that foot, get that damage. And that hurt him. That had to hurt. And he knows it hurt. Let's get another one. Let's get another one. Pow. Pow. Okay, there's that heavy. I want it. I didn't look up at the cliffside, but I think there might be something in retrospect. You know, in retrospect, I think there's something up there. But let me get this. Another hit. You can stand back, and he's done. That got him. That got him. It took, what, 4 or 5? I'm going to jump up, and then look, there she is, a witch. Ugh! And she got me. But I opened that chest. The triumph is mine. Solo mastery. Just a fraction of a second more, and I'd have been out. I'd have been out. Guardians, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I'm Ransom Rider. This is my favorite game, Destiny 2. Bye. Bye.